Alright. Yo. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, we have trouble streaming your destination. Why? Is it possible the stream was ended? Is it possible the stream was ended or deleted on the destination? This can occur. Oh, I see what's going on. What we on? Rumble. So we're not on Rumble right now. We're only on YouTube. Let me see something. Let me confirm that is indeed the case. Yo. We live right now or nah? We live right now or nah? We are live right now, folks. We live right now or nah? So we live on YouTube. Trying to get live on thing. Live on the tube. Why are we not live? I'm trying to learn how to multi-stream. I got it right here. Boom. Watch this. Boom. Go live. What the hell is this? These templates. People of the internet. We're live streaming now, man. That's the only way to go about it. The uploading of the videos is not really what I'm trying to do. Live streaming seems to be the new course of action in which I am ready to partake. So I'm trying to learn how to. Hey! Hi, little one. 7. Was that? When did you drop that? Oh, you can see me? Shout out to my niece in the building, folks. Shout out to my niece in the building, folks. It's so funny. I'm trying to live stream on whatchamacallit on Rumble. So I forgot that I am indeed live on YouTube. So shout out. And there's some lag on this joint. So hold on, you can hear me? It's like, nah. That's so funny. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how many people are in here. I typically don't care to check out the numbers. But here we are, folks. We live streaming, man. I'm trying to get on the Rumble real quick. I'm choosing YouTube and Rumble as my stomping grounds. I'm hearing that I could be heard. Nice, nice. Nice. Still trying to learn. How do you learn? You just jump in sometimes, man. Sometimes you just gotta hop in and hope that your parachute opens. Hope that your parachute opens when you jump. Never heard of Rumble. Rumble is where the what can I say? Rumble is the voice of the voiceless, is where the cancel people go when they when people lose their Twitch account, and when people lose their YouTube account for saying or doing something, they ditch you off to Rumble. Rumble is the one place that welcomes you with open arms. Rumble's also the platform that lets you speak a little bit more freely, folks. If you don't know, YouTube lets you see a lot of YouTube is a little bit political. You got to speak a little bit politically correct on there. We all know that. And once you get a few strikes, you get 1 strike, 2 strikes, you're out of there. You are no longer a member of YouTube. So Rumble is the place where people like the Andrew Tates live. And people like, there's some other people, my man Academics, I think he just signed a deal over there. You know, everybody's like signing deals to these streaming things nowadays. So this really helps a lot. So I'm glad like there's somebody in here. I don't know how many people. I think there's 3 views now. I was talking to myself before. But I was learning. So I was learning how to. I used to use Twitch as well too. I was rumbling. I was on Twitch, and I was like practicing live streaming behind the scenes. And then I don't really like the interface of Twitch. I think Twitch is it's too much for me. I don't really understand the layout. I still have an account on there. I just don't. I'm choosing not to stream on there. The layout is a little too confusing for me. And they act funny from what I'm seeing from your streamers like the Kai Cenats and the Aiden Rosses. It looks like Twitch is kind of like YouTube in terms of you got to be mindful of what you say, this, that, and the other. But one thing that I do like about Twitch and Rumble actually is that they let you play music without being worrying about copyright. So right now, if I wanted to get on Tidal, which of course is my music streaming platform of choice, if I did that on YouTube, they'll stop the stream and say, oh, copyright, blah, 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 blah. Twitch and Rumble don't do that. So you could play music, you could jam out. I was jamming out early on Rumble. I was jamming out on there knowing that they were not going to stop the stream. So that's why I want YouTube. Of course, YouTube is more easily accessible. People understand it. Everybody, you don't need an account, whatever. Whereas Twitch, you got to set up an account. Rumble, you got to set up an account. It's a little bit confusing. So nonetheless, here we are, folks. Welcome. I'm glad there's somebody in the building because I was just going to start live streaming. And if you caught it, you caught it. If you didn't, you didn't. No harm, no foul. But I'm learning, folks. This is how you learn. Whether I'm speaking to one or many, or I'm speaking to no one and speaking to myself. Slowly but surely, I'm sure that if I remain consistent, the people will come. And we can even talk. What do we want this to be, folks? These are assemblies, man. You see the name. The name of the channel is called Abstract Assembly, folks, and I want it to be exactly that. I'm hosting assemblies, welcoming one and all. Come one, come all, folks. I don't care about your race. Let me turn this down. I don't care about your race. I don't care about your political stance. I don't care about none of that, man. When you pull up to the assemblies, man, you're leaving your biases at the door. You're leaving your biases at the door. You're leaving your ignorance at the door, hopefully. This is the internet, so of course I got to take that with a grain of salt. But ultimately, man, when you come into these assemblies, man, you're coming with an open mind. We're here to learn. We're here to encourage one another, man. We're not here to kick people when they're down. I'm watching a few of these streamers, man. I've been studying, folks. I've been watching streamers. And everybody got their own style, teacher's zone, right? You got the people that you go to, whatever the case is. You go to them for the jokes, the laughs, which is cool, no problem. You got your streamers that, you know, I guess in the realm that I'm in right now, social commentary, they're reviewing things, which is what I like to do. Of course, if you guys are seeing me here on the YouTube channel, you see what the channel is usually about. I'm reviewing things, folks, but I don't really typically like to talk about just anything. I want to talk about things that matter. I want to talk about things that people find interesting, that affect us all to some degree, you know, and I feel like conversations that are important to have people, you know, think on a grander scale of whatever the case is. So that's what this is all about, folks. So nonetheless, here we are. Let me see something real quick. So we're in the building. We're in action right now. We're on YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out how to multi-stream on on Rumble. Because like I said, Rumble is indeed the destination where you may be able to speak with a little bit more freedom. So nonetheless, here we are. Boom. I'm learning. We're learning. We're moving. Things are in motion. So let me see something real quick. Create new stream. Sunday vibes. Speed things up. You could use a recent live stream to set up your new one. Sure, why not? Blah, 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 blah. Sunday vibes. What, this one? Boom. Use template. Boom. Just chatting. Boom. I actually don't want to use that one. Boom. 1 second. Let me hop on here real quick. Boom. Let me actually pull something up real quick. Let me pull up on here real quick so I can actually get vibing, folks. Come one, come all. I don't know who out there. Of course, I didn't really make an official statement to say join the live stream. Of course, I'm sure I'll be doing that eventually. But at the current moment, I'm still learning, folks. I'm learning behind the scenes. I'm trying to figure things out. Trying to figure out how this live streaming stuff works, man. So that things. When did I do this? September 3rd? No, that's old. Trying to figure out how this stuff works, folks. All right, boom. Let me just do this. Boom. On the fly. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Put this. But nonetheless, folks, that's what we're talking about, man, on this channel, man. For the most part, these will be the vibes, man. I just got to figure out exactly how I want to go about it. I still want to conduct it in a manner where it feels like it's some type of, you know, show or gathering, like I said, of course, where people pull up. I do wish that I was in the position to say, hey, man, everybody pull up every Wednesday at 3 to yada, yada, yada. But I don't think that's how I can really operate at the function at the time right now. The way my life is kind of set up right now, I do things sporadically, meaning I do things as it comes to me and as I feel. Even today, like doing this right now was more so something that I was like, man, let me just stop making excuses for myself and start streaming, bro, because I need to start getting back into it. I haven't uploaded the actual video on my channel, on this channel here on YouTube. I haven't uploaded in like 3 weeks, and that is a no-no. So nonetheless, here we are. Learning, doing, learning as we go, man. As they say, we're building the plane while the plane is in the air. The show must go on. So, I really want to learn how to multi-stream. So if I could just set up a quick choose your own. Let me see something. Where'd the screenshot go that I just took? That is not it. Let me hop back in here real quick. Boom. Boom, boom, something real quick. Boom. Let that load up. Boom. Delete this. Move to trash. Boom. 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 Right now. Next. Okay, so all right, I see what you gotta do. Boom. Check if you agree to our terms. Yeah, you've not signed. Submit. So let's see something. Let's see if the multi-stream stream's gonna let me do it. Submitting. Nonetheless, folks, here we are, man. Here we are, folks, live streaming. Trying to figure out, today is really not any necessary, let me see, order of operations. I'm just learning right now. All right, bet, get streamer configuration, view live stream. All right, bet. Waiting for stream. Let me see something. Pull up the Rumble. Excuse me, my fault. Still not on the Rumble just yet. Should be. Am I still here? No, I'm not. Rumble. Yo, am I still here? Yeah, I should be. All right, hold on. All right, bet. So let me see something real quick, bro. All right, cool. So let me see something. Yo. We got folks in the building, folks. Yo. We got sis in the building, folks. We live streaming, man. We trying to figure this thing out right now. How do you learn? You jumping in. You jump in and hope that parachute opens up, man. I'm trying to set something up here. Let me see if I'm on Rumble as well. Of course, YouTube primarily is where I want to operate these live streams, man. Rumble will probably be where I end up in the long term. So let's see, man. Yeah, man. So we just hanging out right now, man. It's Sunday vibes. You see it in the title, man. It's Sunday vibes. I don't really have an official plan at the moment, man, but I need to start doing this, and this is what's going to force me to be able to be consistent. So at the current moment right now, I'm just out here, haven't uploaded, but I want to step away from doing uploads. Uploads are cool. I like it. And I probably still will do that, but I feel like I still want to operate as a streamer primarily, and then, have multi-purpose or whatever you want to call it. Repurpose those live streams as, short form content. So of course there's live streams, which would typically be a few hours long, and then be able to chop up the visuals of that into whether it's, longer form videos on YouTube, if it's going to be YouTube shorts and not TikTok, so I don't really care for TikTok, but that is the game plan, folks. That's how it looks like it's done from other streamers, so we're following suit. How do you do things that you want to do? You learn from people that are already doing it, folks. That's how I've been learning. Of course, I am a student that will forever be enrolled in YouTube University. I am a student that will forever be enrolled at Google University. I feel like those are the best institutions that we have at our disposal at the current moment. So if you're not a student at YouTube University, if you're not a student at Google University, hurry up and enroll, man. This information is free. This information is free, folks. So let me turn this down real quick. I'm still trying to figure out why this is. All right, no. All right, boom. So let me see something. Let me see something. Edit. Let's add Rumble to this multi-stream. Just hanging out. Save changes. Let's see. Okay, we should be good now. I think we're on Rumble now as well, too. Folks. You just gotta. Let me see something. All right. Think we on Rumble now. Let me see something. Refresh my screen. No, we are not. I thought we were, but we're not. Just strange. Are we not? Let me see something. But anyway, so nonetheless, man, hopefully as these things grow, there'll be a lot more interactive. There'll be people present, chilling, hanging out, dropping their 2 cents in the pot. Of course, all right, so clearly multi-stream is not working. That's good to know. All right, that's good to know. You're having trouble streaming your destination. Ooh, so I can either do one or the other, it looks like, until I figure it out, which is fine. No problem. So we're going to remove that. Boom. Save changes. Boom. All right, so we're primarily streaming on YouTube, which is fine. That's ideally where, most people start off until YouTube gets a little bit picky and starts kicking people off the platform because of things that they said or whatever the case is. And that's one thing I want to be very clear on as well, folks. Like, I'm not really in the position. I'm going to call it how I see it kind of guy. And in the world that we're living in right now, that's not really common. You got to watch what you say for fear of cancellation. You got to watch what you say. Or, if you say something, you got to make sure you come back and apologize, man. Now, first of all, like, I'm confident in my ability to, I want to preface that by saying, like, I'm never speaking off of just full malice. It's not like I have, the whole point of this channel, of course, is to be more open and try to find solutions that, that are humbling, that are, not humbling, but find the solutions right now that are setting people apart. Like the things that I think are the common gripes in the world, all the bickering and biting politically, religiously, whatever you want to say. I'm here to find the solutions, man. And yeah, sometimes it is those tough conversations that have to be held for us to get to the solutions, man. Sometimes we must say or do things that are, maybe not necessarily common or whatever the case is to get our point across, bruh. So that's the main point of the operation. Like, I want this channel to serve as exactly that. I don't want it to be another, celebrity gossip and relationship. Of course we can touch on those things, man. I'm not opposed to speaking on those things, but at the same time, we already have enough of that. I don't feel like those are productive enough conversation. But of course, there's things that are just happening culturally, around the world that are relevant. And of course, I feel like there's always going to be take-home value within doing that as well, too. So that's the game plan, man. So I'm just setting up right now. I want to get into some type of rhythm. I've been learning, so I just learned how to share it. Let me actually test that out right now. I learned how to share my audio. See, I can't play the music on YouTube. I was playing YouTube music on Rumble earlier. Let me see something real quick. I'm going to share my screen. And then I'm going to play something just to see if it works. Make sure the audio is correct. What should I pull up? Let me see. All right, let's pull up my man again. So let's see. Let's do this real quick. So I'm going to present. Share screen. We're going to go Chrome tab. We're going to go, is it this one? Nah, this one. Yeah. Let's pull up another YouTuber that I follow. I just want to make sure that I could, what we looking like? I want to make sure that I can share my screen, share things that I like with you guys as well, too, because that's commonly, of course, is a reaction channel. So that's typically what I do. So now that I learned how to get the audio, let me make sure y'all can hear my man. This is the brother that I listen to.
If you watch my content,
goes by the name of Soul Immortal.
You brothers do know that you're special,
typically
right?
Drops gems as well.
Because this content isn't
so
for
like
everybody.
On that side as well too.
The stuff that I talk about isn't for the common man.
So that's what I kind of want to do, folks.
Like, y'all do know that, right?
Things that I've been doing. So of course,
just like I tell the brothers in the circle, man. I say, I want, brothers that come in the power circle. I say, I want brothers that don't fit here. I want brothers to feel uncomfortable.
So that's the game plan.
Based on our conversation, I want brothers to feel uncomfortable if they don't belong here, man. And I understand that if you brothers are watching my videos, that you are a man that
setting now, man. We're chilling, man.
Has the intentions of being great.
I've been watching how these live streamers operate.
Leaving a legacy that has
and
the intentions of leaving a mark of some sort or kind before you leave this planet.
It's time, bruh.
That's what my content is for.
I'm watching streamers make NBA contract money.
I don't care about
the money.
I don't care about what you drive. I don't care about where you live. I don't care about how big your crib is.
I would say this:
I don't care what color your skin is.
Live streaming for the bread,
I don't care how thick your chick is
or YouTube.
I don't care if you want to be married, don't want to be married.
Sole
I don't care about any of those things, man.
I would say find another means.
All I care about, man, is do you want to be a man that's elite? Do you want to be a man that leaves his mark?
We're both talking.
Do you want to be a man that's still being spoken about?
I just wanted to make sure that you could hear.
His work is still being spoken.
And I'm sure you can hear him louder. So, and the lag is on this. All right, so let me. All right, so as a matter of fact, now that works, now that that confirms that works, let me stop sharing. Boom. So that's the game plan, folks. As I was saying, man, I've been watching these streamers, and live streaming seems to be the way to go. It is completely different from, doing a regular upload. Uploads, of course, they're not necessarily scripted, but you have a little bit more of an ability to, like edit and post and cut things out. So the live streaming is live, of course, clearly. So whatever happens, I think there's a 10-second lag. I probably have 10 seconds from when you probably see it in real time. So, and that's the thing. But I think the main important thing about this is always being fully transparent. I'm not sitting here as somebody who's claiming to have all the answers. I'm not saying that everything I'm going to say people are going to be in agreement with. I'm not expecting everybody to agree with everything I say ultimately, man, but live streaming just feels like a more comfortable means of communication. I can speak a little bit more freely. I feel like when I do the videos, when I do the uploads on YouTube, yeah, those are cool, but they're not scripted, but it's like it's a recording. Whereas it's like live streaming, man, I don't got to do none of that. The most I got to do now, turn on the camera. I already pretty much know what I want to talk about beforehand, and then I keep it pushing from there. When that stream is done, however hours it may go, 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever the case is, we chop up that video and then we upload that. So of course there'll still be uploads on YouTube, but essentially I want to operate from a space of live streaming first. I think those are going to be a little bit more interactive. I think that calls for that. So that way it'll be cool, man. So that's the game plan, man. Greatly appreciated, of course, for the people tuning in. These are just the early stages, man. I'm just testing this thing out. What time is it? I'll still, as I mentioned, of course, get back to, you know, calling. I've actually been kind of removed from this whole space as well, too. I haven't really been on the internet like that in terms of just, like, the happenings of the world. But I saw my man, my man Mitch McConnell. I think I spoke on that the last time. I mean, I guess I could share my screen, but not necessarily. So if you are new to this channel or just stumbled upon, however you came across this channel, let me, boom, hit the 2. Oh, shit, my fault. However you came across this channel, let me go back to, boom, escape. So I was talking about Mitch. So the last video I did, what's the last video I did? Oh, yeah, cool. So the last video I did was this one on the WorldCoin situation. That was 3 weeks ago. In 3 weeks, folks, I never want to go 3 weeks again. I never want to go 3 weeks without posting content again, man. The name of the game is consistency, and this is for anybody who wants to do anything out there in the world, man. A lot of the things that I'm choosing to speak on, I feel like will have some take-home value for you, the viewer, as well. That's always going to be the goal. I never want people to sit blindlessly and listen. Like, anything I speak on this channel, I would hope that you do the research, if it interests you, of course, to kind of learn that yourself as well. And then ultimately, like, all right, cool, you know, throw your 2 cents in the pot. If you agree, if you disagree, whatever the case is, that's always cool. But I feel like that's going to be how we learn and how we, you know, have a better understanding of what the hell we're doing on this planet as a whole. So, yeah, but that was the video before that. I was talking about my man Mitch. I saw he froze again, which is interesting. And I have thoughts on that. The same thing I said in the video then is like only what I said 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, however long, a month ago when I posted that video is the same thing I'm posting now. Like, Mitch, please, sir, I'm concerned. One time, and I saw somebody mention as well too, that's only the times we know. Like, he's froze publicly twice, to our understanding. Behind the scenes, how many times has that man had that same situation? And then you had your man Biden say, oh, well, I'm going to check up on him. Biden, bro, you seem also capable, not to throw that out of it. Biden also seems capable of going through the same situation. So it's just like, again, I'm not trying to be ageist, folks. I'm not trying to necessarily say that these people, you know, these people can't. I just feel like there should be an age. There should be an age at which you should sit out. I just don't understand why it doesn't apply to what you call it. It doesn't apply to these folks, man. Like, government officials, what are the cases? These dudes can sit in office for up to how many years, and then they don't end up doing anything of the sort. After that, the next man, after that, they leave when they leave or whatever. I don't even know how they end up leaving. Like, when do they determine that they're ready to go? If it's not age, then what is it? Right? So when is it like, when do you just leave when you want to leave, or do you leave when they no longer vote you in? Like, what is the metric that gets you out of that chair? Whatever that is, we need to see to it that happens with my man Mitch. Mitch, I have nothing against you, bro. But one time is like, all right. 2 times is like, come on, Mitch. And it's so funny. My man froze in the middle of them asking him about my man Mitch froze on specifically the question about rerunning. They asked him, yo, what is your idea? You know, what exactly? Bow out gracefully, young. They asked my man Mitch. It's just so funny to me that they found him when they said, when they asked him, he froze when they asked him about re-electing what are cases. So, Mitch, what do you think about re-electing or running again? My man froze. So it's like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Bow out gracefully. Let somebody else have a chance. It's not like this is the only man that is capable of doing this job. And I'm not necessarily saying it has to be, like, it could be anybody, bro. Anybody else is just as knowledgeable. Mitch McConnell is not the only person that knows this information and can execute that job, you know, as well as he did. And I don't even know how well he did. I'm not into politics, so I don't know if he was even doing a good job when he was doing it. So nonetheless, the main point I'm trying to make is that, man, Mitch, after 2, bow out gracefully, my man. You've done your part, my man. Sit that one out. It's all good. But yeah, man, so just kind of going through the channel, folks. You see the things I like to talk about. Of course, the overall theme of this channel, philosophy, self-improvement, and the culture, right? I always want there to be some type of take-home value when you are tuned in on these streams. Of course, as this grows in size, I want people to tune in, throw their 2 cents in the chat. You know, we'll get some conversations. You know, of course, if you're familiar with like your Kevin Samuels, there's a lot of brothers that I watch on this live stream space, man, that are really doing their thing, that want to actually, you know, whether it's entertainment or educational, there is a level of, I guess, showmanship, I guess, for lack of a better word, that comes with this, man. I don't want it to be boring, right? So I'm not going to just lecture and preach. It'll be fun. We can laugh. We can kick it. We can crack jokes. I want to start building a small community. The community will grow. The attendance in the assemblies will grow slowly but surely, man. So it's just like, all right, that's the game plan, man. That's the game plan. That's what I want to start doing. Now, I want people to start pulling up of all walks and genders. I don't care what you are. I don't really care. It's the internet. So I have no, you know, qualms with people wanting to pull up. Pull up, man. I encourage that, man. But I'm not necessarily here to debate. I feel like that's another thing that I've been seeing on these YouTube streets or just streaming altogether, man. It's just like people are debating. People are debating like, oh, let's, you know, battle why I'm right and you're wrong. I don't think there's value in that anymore, man. I think every single talking point I feel like has been said, whether it's a battle of Democrats and Republicans, whether it's a battle of how many genders, all those topics that people are battling about, and then they'll bring in one person from this side, atheists and believers, or the Muslim and the Christian. Like, why? I don't want to debate anymore. I think the conversation needs to be switched, especially in the times that we're in right now. There's no need to debate. I think now the main goal should be, all right, bet. You're what you are. I am what I am. How can we be amongst each other in this assembly? Let's gather and figure out, bro. Like, hey, man, I'm not necessarily to change you. I'm not necessarily to say that you're wrong. I'm not necessarily here to say that, oh, your beliefs are incorrect, whatever the case is. I'm trying to figure out how can we put our differences aside to coexist on this planet. Because like I said before, I think I said this in the video before, I'll mention it here again. The world right now, we got to share spaces with each other anyway. When you go out to that restaurant, it's not only going to be people that look like you and believe what you believe. When you're sitting in that airplane, especially if you don't, you know, pick your seats, whatever the case, and even if you did pick your seat, when you're in an airplane or on a bus or in a movie theater or in a grocery store, you're amongst people that aren't necessarily like you. So if we're not, I would think that it would be wise for us to, knowing that I'm going to have to run across the people anyway, whether it's in the workplace, at the grocery store, in a restaurant, don't you want to figure out a way where it's not as tense? Don't you feel a little bit of tension? I feel a little bit of tension, man, in places where people may or may not even think like me or look like me, whatever the case is. It's a little bit different, bruh, because the vibes are off. If you're reading headlines every day of all the things that are happening in the world and this hate crime and that, what just happened? I didn't even touch on that, man. But what happened at the grocery store? A racially charged crime, or was it a grocery store? I forgot where it was. 3 people dead, whatever the case is. Come on, bro. I just said a grocery store is where we got to share these spaces. So I feel like I want this channel to serve as a place where it's just like, all right, bro, clearly there's differences, right? Clearly we got the differences, but can we at least come to some type of common ground so we can live, so our children can go to school, so you can feel comfortable in that workplace, so you can feel comfortable in that restaurant? How you think that's gonna work in the long haul? When you go to that movie theater and the person next to you is maybe, you know, somebody that you don't agree with. Is it beef? Must we fight? Or can we all sit down and watch that movie? Can we all sit and act like civilized human beings on that plane ride or on that bus ride or on that train ride or any public setting where there's 2 or 3 are gathered, right? So it's just like, that's the game plan, man. That's what I want this channel to serve. But I'm not trying to debate, man. I want a transgender to be able to sit with somebody who's conservative and have those type of conversations within the same room, and there not be name calling and shaming and, oh, this, that. We're not here to debate, man. If that's how the person wants to live their life, I'm not your judge. I'm not going to tell you you're right. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm going to say, let's find a way to live peacefully, and you can figure that out when your time comes. I feel like that's, if you believe in Judgment Day, if you believe in, you know, the apocalypse, if you believe in things like that, man, I personally believe, I'll throw my 2 cents in the pot. I personally believe that we all, let me stop sharing real quick. I personally believe that there is such thing as a judgment, and we do have to, maybe at the end of it all, when this whole life thing is all said and done, we do probably have to answer for the life that we lived on this earth. We're going to have to answer for the things that, you know, how we treated other people. We're going to have to answer for, you know, the opportunities that, you know, I feel like we missed, or what are the cases in terms of just like, if you're looking at it, especially for the people that are out here that are sitting on gifts and talents and skill sets, what are the cases? I believe all of that is embodied in the judgment at the end of the day. Right? So it's just like, I'm not here to tell you your choice of lifestyle. I'm not the judge. Let your soul and let the creator tell you if you were right or wrong in your, you know, your religious beliefs. Maybe Christians were the right answer and Muslims have it all wrong. Maybe not. maybe, you know, there is nothing wrong with child molestation, and maybe that's even, I don't even know if I can even say that on here. See, I'm still learning, folks. There's trigger words on YouTube streets, man. That's why I like Rumble. There's certain words that you can and cannot say on YouTube, man. They'll ban your channel. They'll start shadow banning you and not letting people know that you're alive and all these other things. Of course, they're touchy words, and I'm not ever here to, you know, use words loosely or ignorantly in an offensive manner. Nah, that'll never be the case, man. So ultimately, I have to remember that as well too, that I do have to be mindful of the words that I'm saying, but always know that the tone is always going to be led with the most purest of intentions, man. I'm not sitting here I'm trying to find the solutions. I'll never try to make anybody feel uncomfortable for whatever life decisions, because again, I'm not your judge. Take that up with whoever you choose to take that up with when your time is done on this planet, young. So these are the vibes, folks. I'm just testing things out, testing the waters. Like I said, I didn't necessarily have a plan for today. What time is it? 7:49. I'm chilling right now, man. I'm trying to figure out how I want these things to work, but things need to happen, because right now, in my personal life, in the world around me, it's time to make the next step, man. In work, corporate America has its tolls. I feel like the world itself has its tolls. And I feel like this is where I could be the most effective with my platform, with my voice, with my skill set, whatever the case is. This is how I want to do it. This is how I want to contribute to the world and contribute to, you know, the things that I'm most passionate about, man, is having these conversations and making these connections with the people that are, whatever the case is. But this is how it'll be, man. We'll kick it, you know, of course, in most situations, how I plan on doing it moving forward. I plan on, same thing, have an idea. So let's say something happens in the world, maybe base the stream off of that. So, you know, politics coming up, the elections coming up, I know that's going to be a popular topic. And I want to be able to speak freely on that as well, too. So, but anything that's pressing in the world, anything that's happening in the world where it's just like, all right, cool, this is culturally relevant, this is happening. I want to be able to pick away the gems, you know, the learning. I think there's always take-home value in everything that's happening in the world, man. It's just like, all right, what can we take away from this so that way we're not making the same mistakes moving forward? That's the game plan. So that'll be the idea, man. Again, I wish I could say, hey, man, tune in every Tuesdays at 7. I can't say that right now because I don't know what every Tuesday at 7 is going to be in my life. My life doesn't operate like that. Yeah, I do understand the importance of having a schedule, right? There's a schedule for work and things like that, this is work for me, essentially. But the way my life is set up, the way my mental health is set up, the way everything is set up, I can't tell you that I'm going to be on here every Tuesday at 7 or every Sunday at 3. I'm on here when I'm on here. If you catch it, you catch it. Right? When I do know that I'm coming on, I'll probably make some type of notification so people can start diving in. But you just got to catch me when you catch me, bro. These live streams do end up taking a toll. I've seen the good side and the bad side, man. I see how people, you know, start being a victim of the stream, being a victim of the number. Now they feel like they got to start doing and saying anything just to get people in attendance. I'm not about to do the most to get y'all attention, bro. Hey, catch on when you catch on. Holler when you holler, man. Like, I'm not about to do that. I've seen the extent that people have gone through just to get their streams up. And yeah, of course, you'll say that there's some monetary gain, but I'm not about to do this for the money. I think I was saying that earlier. There's other ways to make money. If I was doing this for the money, I would have found another means of making money. This is not for the bread, although I do know this is, you know, the type of content that is a little bit lucrative, right? So, of course, it pays off in the long run when done correctly, which is cool. But I didn't start this to break. You think, hey, man, I need some money. Let me start live streaming. Nah, I mean, yeah, it's another revenue stream, slowly but surely. Not even, of course, I have to build up to even get there. But if I really sat back and found, oh, man, I need to make some money, like, I live streaming wouldn't have been it, you know? What we have here, you'll find your rhythm. Thank you, Mildred Payton, man. That's the big sis. You can always save your live streams too. Yep, for sure. So that's the game plan, man. So the streams, exactly that, man. The streams, if you catch them live, you catch them live. It'll be my responsibility to chop them up afterwards and upload them as I would any regular video, of course. So technically, I'll still be uploading videos as I was, but of course, there'll be in a little bit more of these in this format. So a little bit more conversational. You see the vibes, we chilling, man. Like, I want people to pull up, chill, man. Get a snack, get a drink, whatever the case is. We'll start having conversations. These chats will grow. Of course, it won't only just be my family members in here, right? Hopefully, there'll start being some people in here, and we'll have conversations, man. We'll have, again, I don't really care to debate, but yeah, we can exchange our ideas. We can exchange our ideas, man. I even want to start, you know, getting some people on. So I want to start inviting people as well, too, man. Join the stream. Let's have conversations with some people that are more knowledgeable in areas that we aren't, you know. So there's some things that, of course, like, again, perfect example. I'm not a man of politics, but I know a bunch of streamers, a lot of people that are passionate about politics. So yeah, I want to invite them onto the stream, of course. I know how that works. Of course, you need to, as they say, get your clout up. I don't have any clout. So right now, there's not much benefit for somebody to come speak on my channel. But we'll start small. I'll get there. I've seen how this stuff works, man. It's like, yeah, you want it to be multi-beneficial. So a person that wants to join you on their stream, of course, if they have a bigger platform for you, they want to see that, there's some value in them coming on your side as well, too, which I understand. So we'll start small. But I want to start inviting people on as well, too, man. Like, yo, man, you seem pretty knowledgeable in this area of life or this expertise. Educate me on that, man. I'm not as knowledgeable. I want to pick your brain a little bit, man, if that's cool, man. So I want these assemblies to be beneficial. I want at the conclusion of every assembly, man, you feel like, I bet, man, I didn't when I came into this, I didn't see that perspective. I didn't understand that. But maybe hearing and learning and sitting through these streams, you take home something, man, that you can apply in your real life. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be another streamer where you sit, we play it, and at the end of it, you really gained nothing. Like, I'm not, I want you to take something away from it as well, too, man. If at the mere least, like, let this inspire you guys to, of course, to have these conversations in your households as well, in your communities. The group chat don't always got to be about jokes, man. Spread some wisdom to your people as well, too, man. That's how the word is going to get out there. That's how these conversations can spread. So, of course, we can counteract, the growth and what I think like this world is going into right now. Because right now I feel like if we continue at this rate, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get scary, and we need to start having these conversations, especially with the politics coming up, man. That's going to be some interesting times, man. We got Trump in the building. He's coming up soon. I think he's down the street. Well, let me not, whatever. But my man Trump, of course, and that whole debacle, of course, with the politics and this, that, and the other, I think that's the main thing right now. Yeah, adding value is key, man. Adding value is key. I want people to feel like, all right, bet, I'm going to pull up to the stream because I know I'm going to learn something. I'm going to see something. I'm going to have some perspective. And maybe, hey, and even if you want to pick my brain as well, too, like, yeah, man, like, of course, slowly but surely, I know the trolls will join as well, too. That's inevitable. That's another thing. Like, the trolls will be here. I just hope that the ratio, you feel me, balances out a little bit more where it's not only trolls. Hopefully there's some people that, are solid-minded individuals that are here to actually have productive conversation. But I'm no fool. I know how this stuff works. The trolls will be here. The losers will be in here, of course. The hecklers will be in here. I'm not opposed to that, man. I know what I signed up for, man. This is the internet, folks. It's not for the weak-hearted. So here we are. Here we are, man. YouTube streams, as I said, man, if you're just tuning in, man, this is going to be the format of how I operate this channel. We're diving into live streams. We'll upload the videos as we were before. I don't even know. I want to upload one soon as well, too. I don't like seeing that it's only been 3 weeks since I uploaded. That's kind of annoying. But I might be able to chop this up. I might even be able to chop up this stream right now, throw it out on there. But I want, of course, once these, and I'm going to start this week. I'll probably start tomorrow. But I'm going to lead in. Right, exactly. Yeah, kick them out when they stop by. Blah. And honestly, that's the plan. Hey, you got one strike with me, bro. Honestly, too much. Like, and I want to start building moderators as well, too, man. Like, hey, maybe, of course, I can have some people. I got family, man, that got me, other people that can support. Start being moderators, man. Because I might not be able to watch the chat and, interact with people if these things start growing. So, hey, start blocking folks, man. Hey, you got to go. I don't really got time. Now, here's the thing. Like, again, I'm not saying we can't joke and laugh. Like, we can play. We can, whatever the case is. I'm just talking about the people that are coming on here with the sole intent of being disrespectful, with the sole intent of being counterproductive, when the whole essence of this channel is to be productive, is to be nurturing. We're not kicking people when they're down on this channel. We're being encouraging. We're not being judgmental. We're not being biased. We're not doing none of that on this channel, bro. So it's like anybody that goes against that, you got to go, bro. You messing up the vibes, bro. That's not what we on right now, man. Go somewhere else for that. There's other streamers who would probably entertain that and maybe, for the views and the clicks or whatever, get disrespectful, get rowdy, this, that, and the other. Nah, man, that's not the vibes on this channel, bro. Let's have solid conversations, man. Let's encourage the people that you come across, man. I want to start building quality streams, quality chats, man. So when you're talking in the chat, you're amongst like-minded individuals. And even if they're not like-minded, man, but you're around people that are at least willing to learn and listen, and contribute to a greater conversation. So that's the game plan, man. I got to start from somewhere. And how do you start? You just got to jump in sometimes, man. You just got to jump in. So that's it, man. I don't want to ramble too long. How long has the stream been so far? 44 minutes. Cool. So yeah, the next time I'm on here, there'll be some direction in closing, right? What time is it? 8 o'clock on a Sunday. All right, cool. Off tomorrow. All right, yeah. So that's the game plan, man. Moving forward, there'll be more direction. I figured out how to work these things a little bit, work out some final kinks, but it sounds like audio's good, visual's good. Learned how to do the audio on the second screen. That's good. That's cool. And that's the game plan, man. That's the game plan. That's how I want to operate. So, of course, we'll probably have a topic. I'll probably start with a topic. I'll probably, let people know, hey, I'm streaming, whatever. Jump in if you want to jump in. And then, yeah, kind of just go from there. And then I'll figure out how to repurpose that on the back end, essentially, and, put it in short-form content. But streaming, man, and I think I'm just going to keep doing it. Slowly but surely, we'll start building. The numbers will grow. The people will grow. The support will grow. Everything will grow. It's a win-win for everybody. No harm, no foul. So there you have it, folks. Don't know who the folks consisted of. I saw the family in here, man. Greatly appreciative of that, man. These will grow. At first, I was just talking to myself, so this is progress. I was on Rumble, and there's nobody on Rumble, so that's where I was practicing. But I'm gonna be on YouTube. Of course, this is where I started the channel. This is where the channel will grow primarily until YouTube decides maybe if I say something that's out of their guidelines, which I need to study on as well too. I got to study up on that and like what I can and can say, what I can and cannot do, because of course I'm not here to, you got to respect the laws of the land, right? So of course there's rules. Of course, yeah, I'm not gonna just be anti-rules, but at the same time, man, I'm gonna speak, man. I want to be able to speak freely, and I know Rumble allows you to do that, but yeah, we'll see, one step at a time, man. So there you have it, folks. Thank you for tuning in. If you're tuning in, don't think I'll repurpose this video, but I'll probably start repurposing them tomorrow, whatever the case is. And we'll be good, man. We'll kind of go from there, see how this thing grows, man. So greatly appreciate it for all the support. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy, Don Thomas. I will catch you on the next one.